Hello friends, welcome back for week 4 of science. Today we're going to learn about pollution. Say pollution. Pollution. What is pollution, you might ask? Well, today we're going to learn all about what pollution is. We're going to talk about the different kinds of pollution and how does pollution occur. And then we're going to talk about ways we can help prevent or stop pollution. Okay? So look at this picture here on this first slide. I want you to notice on this side, this left side, take a look at the nice flowers. We see pretty clean blue water. We see green trees. We see animals here. They're thriving. And then I want you to look at this side right here. So we saw the nice side. Now look at this side of nature. This is what happens when there is too much pollution. So notice what's happening with the trees. Notice how some of them are cut off. Notice how the water's dirtier. It's not as clean. I don't see animals. I want you to think about what you think pollution is. So we saw this nice side, and then there was a lot of pollution that happened, and then this happened on this side. So I want you to think about what you think pollution is. All right, let's go ahead and get started, and let's see if you were right. What is pollution? So pollution is when we do actions that are harmful or not good for the environment, the place we live on Earth. Okay, so when we as humans, sometimes we do things that's not good for the water that we drink. It's not good for the air that we need to breathe, and it's not good for the land that we live on. Okay, these actions are called pollution. It's called what? Pollution. These actions are not good things to do because it damages the very important things that we need to live. Pollution hurts everyone. It hurts people and it even hurts animals. Let's go ahead and find out who helps fight pollution. All right, so look at these pictures. These are environmental engineers. Say environmental engineers. Environmental engineers. So these scientists are a type of engineer that want to fight pollution. So they find a problem such as this one here. See how this water is kind of green? Would you want to drink green water? Probably not. So what these scientists do is they're looking for ways to help fight against pollution. They're trying to think of ways to help save and protect our environment so that people can live on Earth longer. So they use their scientific skills and ideas and they help make our water clean. They want to make our air cleaner and the places that we live nice and clean as well. They want to better the environment. Now let's jump into what are the different types of pollution. The first one is land pollution. Say land pollution. Land pollution. Pollution, this is a type of pollution that occurs on land. So this one is caused by actions that we do. So sometimes people go to parks or outdoor spaces and they throw their trash everywhere. So look at this picture here. So it looks like there was a party or something that happened, and then look at all of this trash that got left out on the land. That's called land pollution, and that can be really bad for the environment, friends. Look at this picture here of this little boy throwing the trash on the floor. Should you throw trash on the floor? No, you should be throwing trash where it belongs, which is in the trash can. So what land pollution does is when people throw trash all over the floor and not in the trash or recycling bins, it makes our community look dirty, it makes it look polluted, it makes, children not want to play at the parks anymore. That's why it's very important to clean up after ourselves. Now look up here, right here. This is a bird's nest if you couldn't tell. Look right here in the middle. You can kind of see something shiny. It's plastic. So the bird mistook it for something she can build her nest with. Now animals are also affected by pollution because sometimes when they find it, they'll eat it and it can make them sick or even die. That's why it's very important to always throw away our trash and clean up after ourselves. All right, this next one is water pollution. Say water pollution. Water pollution is mostly caused by big companies that dump their waste into our clean water systems. So if you look up here at this top picture, you can see these big giant pipes, and they're rushing out this green toxic waste right into our river system. This is another form of pollution, water pollution. Now look at these bottom two pictures. We see a turtle on this one, and then we see a fish on this other one. People who don't throw their trash away when they go out to the beach or they go swimming in lakes and they just throw their trash onto the floor, it gets into the water and it can make animals really sick and dirty their homes. So this turtle might think that this plastic is food and it might try to eat it and it will make him sick. See, look at this fish on this side. All this trash, the fish has to swim in it. I don't think the fish will enjoy swimming in all that trash. That's why, again, it's very important to make sure that we're throwing our trash into the trash cans. All right, friends, we've talked about we talked about land pollution, and we've talked about water pollution. Now we're going to talk about air pollution. Say air pollution. Air pollution. This is caused mostly, again, by large factories and companies that pollute the air that we breathe. So if you look what's coming out of these companies, you can see all of this pollution going up into the air, and that affects the air that you and I breathe. So this can cause, friends, a lot of breathing problems because breathing is so important. It's very important that we have clean air to breathe. Otherwise, people can have difficulty breathing, which is not good. Pollution is also caused by a lot of cars releasing all of their gases. So this little smoke thing right here, the little steam we see coming out, these are gases. And that also gets into the air that we breathe. And that also, friends, it causes global warming. So that's when the earth is getting too hot. So that's pollution to our atmosphere. But that's a story for another time. Now, there's so many different types of pollutions. There was air, there was water, and there was land pollution. What can we do to help? What the most important thing that we can do, friends, we have to clean up after ourselves. We have to clean up after ourselves. So just like this little boy is, when you have your trash at the park, you have a good tasty little snack. Make sure you throw it into the trash and recycle items into the recycling bins. Other things we can do is volunteer to help clean up our communities. So just like, remember our field trip we took to the Keys Park? We were volunteers there to help clean up our community, just like these children are in this picture down here. Other things we can do is we can share the way we get around. So we can take trains, we can take a bus, or we can carpool with some friends if we're going to the same place. Finally, another really important thing we can do is raise awareness. That means teach others about the problems. So teach brother or sister or mom and dad, teach someone about the problem and think about ways you can help reduce pollution just like environmental engineers do. All right, friends, it is your turn. I want you to take a piece of paper and I want you to write me a sentence about one way you can help stop pollution, one way you can help decrease pollution. After you wrote your sentence, then I want you to draw a picture that matches. So here down here, you can see my piece of paper here, and my sentence says, I can throw away my trash. And then I drew a picture of a little boy throwing away his trash. That's one way I can stop pollution. Now I want you to write a sentence that you can stop pollution, one way you can stop pollution, and I want you to draw a picture to match it. When you are done, go ahead and email that picture to your teacher.